Na nimeambia wale wadosi wamezoea kuiba pesa ya umma watapatana na mimi. Na nimewaambia waziwazi mapema mchana. Si ndio? Hatuwezi kubali pesa ya wananchi wanatoa ya ushuru kwa jasho. Alafu mtu anaenda pale kwa sababu wako na ofisi fulani, anaenda kukula hiyo pesa anapeleka kwa bibi yake. Bana. Bana. Yeah. Wewe peleka pesa yako kwa bibi yako, achana na pesa ya Wakenya. Ama namna gani? Sio kama tunakubaliana? Yes. Hapo ndio tuko. Hao ni hotori. Kabisa hapo. Unafikiri ile nilipatiwa pale Kasarani ilikuwa ya kukata mboga? Si ni ya kufukuza wakora? Hiyo ndio. Nitawasafirisha kabisa.
The soundbite you have listened to was shared by Hussein Mohammed in his Twitter page. Hussein Mohammed is the government, not the government, but State House spokesperson with the sole intention of amplifying that message. That is a warning that William Ruto issued while speaking during a church service here in Nairobi, Dagoretti. So there is something consistent about that message. And if we just analyze that video, that 1 minute video, William Ruto is talking about a corruption. And this corruption involves a male who is in a government office who seems to have stolen public money and gave to his wife, or rather in cahoot with his wife. And there are many corruption cases that are being investigated by EACC. But what will make this one so special that President is commenting about it? That is the big question that we are talking about. There seems to be untouchable power man Ruto has been threatening in public for the last couple of days. And William Ruto has been making some very strong statements on corruption. Kenyans are challenging William Ruto to match the threats with arrests and prosecution if there is any big fish that is messing around with government. Because indeed, things are wrong. Things are not going on right. And if Kenyans can be complaining about service delivery, where there is someone sitting in an office that is sabotaging the economy, then the most honorable thing is that person to face the charges. This speech is consistent with what Ruto said during Mashujaa Day in Kericho Green Stadium. Listen to that here.
Kwa levies, kwa taxes na kwa njia zingine zote, pesa zenu zitatumika kwa njia inayofaa, haitafujwa, haitaibiwa, wafisadi hawatanyemelea. Na tayari nimetangaza katika taifa letu la Kenya, na mtaona mambo hivi karibuni, ya kwamba wale wote wanahusika na kuiba pesa ya Wakenya na mambo ya ufisadi na mambo ya ukora, mambo yao ni matatu, na nyinyi mnajua vile nimesema.
So that was just 2 days ago. That was on Friday. He mentioned about, he warned, and this screenshot is one that people have been talking about. It was actually shared by, I think this was Nation. A 270 million Dubai home purchased recently by a government official has since become a subject of investigation by sleuths. The acquisition of palatial home has been linked to questionable contracts by Kenyan National Trading Corporation's KNTC, which are currently being investigated by Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Some senior officials are said to have had a 3 billion kill in some of the deals. One of the beneficiaries proceeded to acquire a home in one of Dubai's leafy suburbs for that goes at 270 million. Talk of Town has seen images of the palatial home with a swimming pool to boot. The officer is said to be seeking to frustrate the probe through the powers be. This was a screenshot that this was a leak about some corruption investigation that has also been attracting some very powerful forces in William Ruto's government. So that was there. This has been really talked about, the 22 billion Dubai deals, this ones of edible oil and all that. So there have been that discussion. Number two, I want you to also remember the first video that I played for you, Ruto was speaking in a church in Dagoretti. The same church service, former Kiambu governor Ferdinand Waititu, who has been seeking audience, trying to seek audience with William Ruto, was in attendance. That is the video you're seeing there. He attended that event and was actually in the crowd. Of course, I know that he would maybe try to reach out to those around William Ruto and tell him, William Ruto will be having a church service here, so you can come by and probably, get some audience with him. So that is, and of course, this governor was already impeached, the case is in court, and it's been a question of the corruption is also linked with some members of his family. But I want to pursue that William Ruto was warning. I don't think he will take that opportunity to warn, because that's not a corruption that has happened now. The one he's talking about is about one that seems to have happened recently. And seems to have happened during his time. It doesn't seem to refer to that one of Waititu. This is fresh. And of course, Waititu's corruption case will not cause clamor for corruption. There is some clamor for fighting corruption that William Ruto is saying. Of course, political pundits have also argued that it will be one that is being played for the public. But why would it be that much strong? Something is about to blow. But on the contrary, the country is asking William Ruto why he's blowing hot and cold. Because at the same time, there was some time a corruption at, I think that was involving KEMSA. And Terry Ramadan, ex-KEMSA boss, after he was fired, sacked from from KEMSA, Ruto appointed her somewhere. And there's been a question of people who had been implicated to some sort of corruption have been absorbed back in the system. And that is what that question has been emerging, that is William Ruto really committed in fighting corruption? But the clamor for this means that something is amiss. And from where I'm seated here, I am seeing three possibilities. Number one, there is a mega corruption that could be touching on people that are around William Ruto, or high profile. And to me, it starts at the members of the executive. This is about members of executive. If this were some county governor here, or some MP, or some head of parastatal, I don't think it would attract the attention. And one thing, it could be touching as senior members of the executive. And again, it could involve huge amount of money. That is a possibility. Some people made a kill behind the scene. That corruption, number two, second probability here is, it could be high profile that needs Ruto's intervention. Maybe the investigating authority cannot dig deep, or there are powerful people that needs the goodwill of the president even to dare summon or arrest. I don't know. Ruto would actually make the headline as the first president to arrest a member of the executive during his power, and it will make some good headline for the country, and see how that prosecution has been going on. One of the things that has been lacking in leadership across the regimes, starting from Uhuru Kenyatta regime, was they could find there is corruption. Uhuru even went to parliament and named and shamed. But later came and asked, what would I do? I'm not the investigating authority. I'm not the court. I take these people to court will release them. And it has been frustrated by the powers because corruption is a ring. It's a ring that fights back, and they know how to survive and make their way. And I am seeing a possibility, and I'm picking this from two. Cabinet reshuffle that was done could have been done to pave way for investigation to happen in some ministries. Maybe investigation was going on, but because Waziri or those who are in charge, who are still in those ministries, things could not still be opened. But the lead was opened for something that was being investigated. So part of whatever scandal that maybe the president could be referring to, could be a scandal that the lead is being opened and it's coming after the cabinet reshuffle. I think let's wait and see if heads can roll. We are ready and very ready to see the change and what exactly will happen, as the president said. Thank you.